assuming the mic is on and it works. Everybody can hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Smitty, can you hear me? Hello there. Good evening. Good afternoon. Welcome. I can see that. I can see that. One, two, three. Check levels. 1, 2, 3. Testing. I knew I was forgetting something. Thank you, Smitty. All right, I believe I'm in the correct category now. Category, Smitty, can you hear me? I have no way of verifying. Test 1, 2. Maybe I just can't see it from across the room. Now that's the desk microphone is off. We should be good. You can hear me? Awesome. All right, then here we go. It's a bigger canvas. How big is this canvas? I don't know. This is like 3 feet by 2 feet. But same idea. We're gonna draw in charcoal. Hey JD Shark, hello there. What's I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna put up the reference. So that is the reference I got from Adobe Firefly. This is an artificial intelligence generating image. I gave it that prompt. You can see. Asked for a gray wolf, front view, eyes on viewer, high contrast, and then I sketched it out this morning. Here we go. Move that there. I think I can. Hope everybody's having a good day. I had Monday and Tuesday off this week. Got lots of stuff done around the house. And starting your day with Wednesday feels like a hack, like a cheat code. Like I would happily bypass Monday and Tuesday like all the time. I want to get in here and noodle so bad. It's too soon to noodle though. I gotta first thing we gotta do is put in a whole bunch of darks. Should just stop messing around and just go for it. Geo, hello there. Can I make that chat bigger? Yeah. AI is the way to go for this kind of thing, Geo. The choices are go get your own photo. Can't really do that. I'm glad I live at a place where we don't frequently encounter this kind of wildlife. I respect wolves. I think they're cool. Right? They get a bad rap. They've occupied like our nightmares as a species for so long. What are the other choices? Use somebody else's photo without like I'm not gonna. I don't want to go out and buy somebody's photo and then have the privilege of, of working from it, the source image. So AI has been a real boon for this kind of thing. Is this stream sponsored by Pringles? I don't know. Is it? Why, is there a Pringles can in the background? Oh, there is. So Pringles cans are ideal for storing long-handled brushes, right? Like, that is exactly the right unit of I am about to go through a lot of vine charcoal. If this was laying flat on a table, instead of the dust sifting down, I would have more of an opportunity to like grind it in there, but it's harder to stream, so it's all right. We'll just use a little more charcoal. First rule of drawing hair, and by extension fur, is respect the flow. If I want my fur to be like moving in a certain direction, then my brush strokes, my pencil strokes, my pen strokes should also be moving in that direction. Sir Jamie, good afternoon, welcome, hello there. That's it. I still remember the day, like, I saw that ad. Remember that first time? I can't remember the name of the actor. The guy from, plays Gus Fring from Breaking Bad. And they hired him to be in to play the dad reading the bedtime story to his kid. A live-action Destiny commercial. Right? Pay attention, son. This is the part of the story that's really important. This is the law of the jungle. You saw I hit 550? Yes, yes indeed. Feels it feels good. 550 is over and done. So now I feel like now I can play whatever I want to play, however I want to play it. No more of those twingy feelings when someone says, "All right, can we run this?" And I'm like, "Yes." It won't help me at all, but I'll sure, let's do it. And get back to the business of being a Sherpa and helping people out without feeling like I'm making a long process longer. Is WD-40 poking around? He is poking around. Okay, never mind. Then I don't need to do anything. I don't think. All right, I'm gonna trust that things are looking good, or at least the way they're supposed to. Where did Cade go? Cade has he was here for a good time, but not for a long time. So I need actually, if I look really closely, I can still see it was up here for a year. So there's little things about being in a house, like the wall was, some of the paint was covered up for a year and some of it wasn't. So I don't think it faded because that's weird for a basement, but I don't know. I can see the if I look close, I can still see his shadow, like left behind, and that's fine. That's a good thing. But Cade's sacrifice will allow other art to continue on. So it'll end up being to our good, all to the good. That's another one. Actually, this is the perfect opportunity for me to work on. Oh, I have all these tiny little like half-inch to an inch pieces of charcoal. That it's like, oh, I'm using it, but I can't throw it away. But it's like, nope, just use it, and then it's gone. Like I always feel bad throwing away a pencil, but if it's like 3 inches long, am I ever gonna use it again? Not really. The camera dropped? Uh-oh, what camera dropped? The camera fell down a bit. Is there anything I need to do to WD-40? Whoa, that's way too hard. Give me this. Give me the soft stuff. Either cut off the top of your head or cut off the bottom of the canvas. Wait, did the camera physically move? No, that's okay. I mean, I think that's fine. The ideally, like, moving ahead, there will be like, well, it's right here. There's gonna be a webcam right here so that I can talk to like the stream. I can you can like I can look here. Same thing I have for Destiny streaming. Um, it's just not working yet, but I gotta keep going. Yeah. So there's the wide shot if you want like the whole studio with all my Pringles cans and stuff here, as well as and it's good to step back and look at things at a distance. But for the most part, like this is a little closer to what I see. What are we doing? What are we doing? There's no music? I have music playing. Interesting. Oh, you mean when the camera is set like this, you can't hear the music playing? No, that's not intended. When I zoom out, there's music, but when I zoom in, there's not. Okay, interesting. Well, now that my fingers are all ready, let me go touch my computer and see if I can fix that. On. All right. I go over to the computer and there's one thing that says desktop audio in all caps, keep muted. I didn't write that, so um that's a note from WD-40 that I won't ignore. Sorry, I can't see chat down when I'm down here at the moment, but I just need a couple seconds. Get his mouth started right. Guardian down. Wait, if I drop down, you can see me. Oh, okay, Guardian down. Oh, I'm still working on this Frankenstein costume for the school play. Today, in a freakish accident, I literally cut my finger doing the same thing, cutting something large with a craft knife using a metal edge ruler, and I cut over a scar from like 30 years ago. So it's been super glued, but I literally have like I cut. It's the same injury I got like 30 years ago doing the same thing, like using a knife on a ruler, and it like nicked the ruler and went chink and popped up, and I was like, come on. Yeah, so I'm currently dealing with the fact that the one finger is like warm throbbing. So it's 2.0. 2.0. Ika, good evening. Hello there. I think I can do that. So what's the leveling like now? 2 to 500 and plus one or something like that? I got on yesterday reset at let's see. I think I was like 541 or 542. And after a couple hours, 3 to 4 hours, I was done, 550. Yeah, so you're still getting plus twos. Just go through the portal and be like, hey, three bonus. Here, there's a drop. There's three bonus drops. That's four drops total. They're all gonna be plus two. Let's have them. So it felt better. The only part that feels worse is the delta. If you were over 500 and you were running like Caldera or K1, um, you could do that over leveled. I was running it as a 541 against bad guys that were 520 or something, right? So you just plow right through them. Now you're 470 versus 500, so that minus 30 delta follows you around everywhere. That's just the way it is now. So I don't know, a little bit like I think ultimately what Bungie's trying to do, they would like people to not just be doing solo activities in the portal, but playing with friends. So run pinnacle missions with friends, run reclaim with friends, enjoy, get those levels, get the loot. But yeah. Hey Chappie, hello there. Hey Alpha, I think the wall mounts are working great. Like it's canvas. I can push on it. I can and the canvas flexes but it's holding. Um, I'm making I have a drop cloth here underneath me. I would pick it up and show it to you, except that would sprinkle charcoal all over the floor. So I'm trying to be somewhat respectful of the space. I have a very industrial neutral gray blue carpet, which is perfect for hiding, you know, charcoal and stuff on it. So overall, I'm really happy with this. This is the largest thing I've tried to do since this summer. So and it feels good. This is a good comfortable height. If I have to, I can kneel or I can sit down. But I'm excited to I got a big one. I'm all ready. I just need to choose a subject that is worthy of me putting a big canvas on the wall and investing the time to do a large one. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Actually, what I could do. But yeah, this is so much better than it was when it was the easel. Easel's great for the little things, but it never would have worked for something this size. That's for sure. Am I in the way? Oh, you guys can't even see what I'm doing down here. I'm off the camera. All right, I gotta do this corner quick so I can get on back on stage. Normally I would do this part right-handed. My right hand is killing me right now, so we're not gonna ask too much of it. I hope so. I think so, Chappie. I mean, I'm liking animals. I haven't had a chance to. I haven't done this for a long time. It's dirty. Um, the I used to draw. I used to paint. I used to do all kinds of stuff when we had littler, when the children were smaller. It wasn't safe to have oil paintings set up in the house, and it also wasn't a good idea to start something where if your spouse needs you, you can be like, "Yeah, I'll be right there. I just need 10 minutes to like take all this stuff down, clean up and whatever." So all right, the goal here is to not obliterate it. I did this wrong last time. I used a much stiffer brush. This is a much softer brush. Before I like when I did the badger, I had a stiffer bristle brush and it just like destroyed the drawing. I was like, "Where'd you go?" So hopefully this time, actually I wrote down the steps. There's a lot of steps involved. So we're going all the way here. Here we go. We're going all the way through them. So line drawing, we did the charcoal charcoal drawing of the darks. I need a dry soft brush, and then we're gonna come back in with an eraser. So this is the part where I suppose I can plug my computer in someplace else too. What's my portrait doing there? I just want to touch it. We're just trying to blending is your friend. Anytime I can obscure detail that invites the viewer's imagination to fill that detail in. And the wonderful thing about imagination, nobody imagines things wrong, right? When the viewer's imagination is engaged, they are now like a confederate. They're on your side. They work for you. So instead of like, and that really helps to bridge the gap between showing and telling. Anytime I'm explicitly telling the viewer this is what's going on, that's not bad. It's good. As I tell my students, it might even be good plus, but it'll never be great, right? So as much as possible, we're hoping to, I just want to blur and soften that, and already it's going to start to look more volumetric, more 3D, more like real fur, hopefully. And a teacher once told me that the first rule of painting is use the biggest brush you can as long as you can, right? So don't jump too soon into those tiny little brushes. It's tempting, right? But in the same way that I could uh I could go out into the forest and take a pocket knife and chop down a tree and turn it into a picnic table, but it would be way more efficient to use a chainsaw on the tree and a mill saw to prep some boards and a table saw to cut them to the right length, and then a handsaw to fine tune him, and then bust out my pocket knife when it's time to carve my name into that brand new picnic table. I want to be really careful and judicious with my use of white. I don't want a lot of white in here at all. I'm trying to totally obliterate the eyes, but here we go. I like this approach that I learned from, like, it never would have occurred to me to spend the time to work on a drawing and then to like promptly undo it. And I don't think of that like as a process usually until this guy pointed out that like you can draw, erase, and go back and forth. And charcoal is so immediate, so fast, and it really does lend itself to doing it this way. Hey, JJ the Sniper. Good afternoon. I thought about you. I'm like, I know who's gonna like this one. I believe the next step is erasing. That's my favorite part, but I don't want to rush it. Yeah, I get to erase now. Yay. Alright. I've been holding in my hand this squishy little eraser this entire time because I need it to be pliable and soft, so I can stretch it out and use it. When they're like this one's been sitting on the table, and it's like it's like a pebble. It's totally hard, right? So as opposed to squishy. So like the tools we have for erasing, I'm going to use this squishy eraser, which you push on and you lift out, which is ideal for reducing things. I can blast through there with a mechanical eraser, where I'm like just putting back in hard white lights. And then I have again, this is something I got from the guy that I'm studying to learn how to do this. He recommends an electric eraser, so I will be using this little guy to noodle right through to the end. Take it all the way back to, oh, where's my brush? Oh, there it is. To take it all the way back to the white of the. So the steps I'm following are, we're doing a line drawing, then so that was, just mapping out the lines, the contour line. Then you find charcoal to blast those darks in there, put the darkest darks in there. Then take a dry soft brush and just brush the whole thing, and that's going to hopefully homogenize the surface a little bit, make everything sort of the same, bring things together, and also get rid of all the whites. So now when I come back in with my erasers, my kneaded eraser, my mechanical eraser, my electric eraser, now we get, this is the fun part where it should really start to pop and come alive. In fact, let's start right in with the eyes, right? So if I come in and say, play this VOD in class, try this. This is my favorite part, the reductive nature of lifting out and going back to what was there before. Now, why don't you just leave it white to begin with? Because that's not white, right? The lightest lights in your, like, if I had just left it white and drawn around it, white tends to feel unfinished, like you're looking through something. So I want those whites, they're the lightest lights that I put in there, to be what I can bring back from, I like, when I go into the, we're bringing them back from the edge of the abyss. So they're not all the way white. They're light, but they're not all the way white. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm trying to think of, I need an analogy for this. Like, the experience that it's been through, the fact that it's been well traveled, that it's had experiences, and now it's willing to build on those experiences, makes it a more well-rounded drawing, like a more well-rounded person. And it was one of those things, I didn't believe it until I tested it out for myself. But yeah, but the pure white looks unfinished. It's very unsatisfying. It doesn't work good. If you draw around it and leave it alone. But that's not now. I will totally come in here now. What do we got going for eyelids? Maybe just a hint of like a little eyelid down there. Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Actually, it turns out my two of my favorite brushes are like I've had them for a really long time, and they're completely abused, and they're not great for painting anymore, but they're perfect for this. So when I come in and say, gosh, I really could use, like, I just need a little texture. So I have the same problem with art supplies that I have in the world of Destiny in terms of hoarding things. We're like, oh, this was so meta once, and maybe it will be again. Because, but it is. This is the brush that I used like 20 years ago, and now it's back, baby. They tried to sunset you. There's no stopping it. I need to zoom in on this. And then pinch a little blade on this. I just want a little tiny, like the thinnest little edge on there, so I can come in and erase wispies that respect the flow. All right, like we're just. And I don't want them to be explicitly there as outlines. I just want them. They got to come and go. It's got to be like texture. Just a little bit of texture. I'm gonna put those lines in there, and then mitigate or control. Let's see. This is this one, and then this is really light down in here. Don't look at my vault. Get out of my vault. So WD-40, interestingly enough, the music is playing, but only on this view. Wait, no, sorry. Is it on this view? So one view has music, the other view does not. So I went over to the computer to play with it, and all I found was it says desktop audio. Keep it muted, and I was like, okay. So I didn't touch with it. If you could fix that, that'd be awesome. Hey, what is going on? Whoa. fluffy ear hair. Let's go. It's like, that can't be real. Fixed? Awesome. How is the I was about to say how is the mix, but the mix is a total of like me versus music. Like I'm talking, music's playing, I can hear the music. Seems like it's pretty good. Make it a little bit louder. Oh, sorry. Hang on, WD-40 is doing something right now, and then I can turn the music down. Yes. Not a problem. I should be able to turn it up with just my headphones if I want it louder. Thank you, WD-40. Master Chief, I've only done that a couple times. It's such a weighty responsibility to like design something that permanent. You know, it almost I find it paralyzing. Like make the perfect drawing. You know that will be etched into my hide for now and forever. Like it's a big responsibility. The most recent tattoo I designed for someone was my daughter's. She graduated from college this last spring. Wanted a tattoo, so I was like, all right, here it is. And we went back and forth. I actually photoshopped it onto her arm, like a number, like different combinations, and I was like, try this out. Like look at it every day. Tell me if you like it. Like, if after a couple days you're like, I'm not so excited about this, then that's not the one, right? So by the time she, was actually ready to sit down and get inked, that she was confident that yes, this is it. I'm ready to commit. This is my oldest daughter. Like the one who's a little more, like, prone to today I like this and I like it a lot, and then a couple days later she might not like it. Yeah. That's true. You can always get it lasered off for way more than you actually pay to get the tattoo. Your friends have done 3 of your tattoo, a little imperfection like that. That's true, Gio, right? Like there's the whole it's the journey, right? What? I need like a... Oh, that's a good idea. Yes, WD-40. I have a picture, and at risk of like touching it, the crows are completed. Mrs. Artful is happy. It makes you a wise man, JJ. I don't know. I have no idea what's the percentage. Like, do 10% of people regret tattoos? 30%? How about the guy with like no regrets on his neck? Does he really believe in no regrets, or is that like a gosh, if I could do it over, I wouldn't do that again? Foxter, hello there. Hey, Foxter, thanks. I appreciate it. Had some extra time this morning. Was able to get the line drawing done, so here we are. Just added the darks. Uh-oh. Oh, man. My laptop was too long without power, so now we're just making it up. Sorry, I lost chat. I'll be right back. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. Foxter, yes. So every year, I'm a school teacher. Every year, I try to pick an artist and like, first I will emulate them, and then like, analyze what is it that, analyze their style, figure out what I like about it, and then do my own thing, based on that. So I want my students to see me actively engaged in learning from other artists and looking to add to my own repertoire, my own skill set, and then copying other, the pros and every other discipline that is plagiarism, potentially. In fine art, we call that practice, right? So when Da Vinci was dropped off as a 12-year-old illegitimate child at Verrocchio's studio, right, they put him to work copying Verrocchio's sketchbooks and stuff, and like, learn to paint just like the boss, and then you can help the boss, and then the boss will be like, whoa, give this kid more stuff to do, look at him go. So the artist I'm looking at is a Utah-based artist named Joel Pilcher, and he draws on canvas. Like the fact that it's on canvas means that you can get him in their charcoal, and you can like really like bear down on it, and you can draw and erase and draw and erase. So this is a line drawing, and then I put dark charcoal all over it, and then I brushed it, and now I'm erasing my lights back in, and then I'm gonna spray it, and then I put more on. So you can layer it up. Teaching teaching me that I can. It's a drawing, but it's also related to painting. In fact, painting is just drawing with a brush. So I like the idea that I can use this material that I'm familiar with in a new way and get different results. And I'm liking the results so far. Each one has gotten successively larger. Like the first, I did a 16 by 20 to start, and then I did a horse, then a badger. The crows were last week, 15 by 30, and now this is like 30 by 20 by 30. I think it's like two of those canvases together. So, but I'm enjoying like using familiar materials in a new way, which is like oftentimes what I'm asking my students to do. Here's a pencil. You know how to use a pencil. You've used lots of pencils. I want you to use a pencil like this. No, it's just charcoal. I'm literally just using charcoal, and right now I have a stretchy eraser. So when I go in and erase, anywhere that you see a light, that's me erasing the charcoal out and bringing back the white of the canvas. At the risk of making a huge mess. What was the joke? Yes, yeah, I'm pulling off the media. Like literally when I drag an eraser through here, I'm just like I'm sucking up the charcoal and revealing the white canvas underneath, which is a lot of fun. I like the reductive nature of like take it back, and also the pressure sensitivity. If I push hard, I get a really, really light white, and if you go gentle, like it's like, okay, I don't want it to be all the way light. I just want to come in here, and I just need to lighten up some of this, but I don't want it white. I want it gray, and I want to respect the flow. We've got these little hairs that are going in a specific direction, very specific direction. So once my eraser gets completely covered with charcoal, there's like that black edge on it, then it's not sucking up the charcoal anymore, which is good. That now I can come in here and draw, like blend / erase. It erases a little bit, but not all the way. Sometimes you don't want to go all the way. I just need a little something in there. And I definitely want to come back and say some parts of this are darker. You got a banjo on your knee. Because you come from Alabama with a banjo on your knee. I feel like I deserve points today. I was in a meeting, so we're here in New England. We have like 6 different ponds, all this water that collects on our beautiful campus, 2,000 acres of woods and ponds and bridges and stuff. And because it's this time of year, there's ducks and geese that are passing through. And we had a student who was got in trouble because he was literally chasing the geese around, like trying to catch them or kick them or something. And I managed to refrain in a meeting from making the wild goose chase joke that was so clearly like somebody needed to do it, and it was driving me crazy. But I was like, I can be adult, I can be professional. I don't need to say that. Next time, I'm totally gonna say it. I don't know if I want to bring back. I guess I need to bring back some of this stuff. But I do want to. We're gonna let this like fade into the corner. I want the light source over here, so I'm gonna make the darks darker, the lights lighter. I think I'm good to go with this part. All right. This part really scary. So I have a spray bottle. It's full of acetone. It's nail polish remover basically, and what that's gonna do is I'm gonna be away from chat for a minute. I don't want to get any of it on my computer. But this is gonna it's gonna like it's gonna melt. It's gonna give a little bit of a melty special effect to the charcoal. It's also gonna, when it dries, it'll help sort of like, you know, partially seal it onto the canvas. And if my crazy glue finger band-aid doesn't work, it's gonna hurt a lot, but we should be okay. All right, here we go. Less spray and more of a. What are you doing? You're ruining it. It's gonna be okay. This is definitely like an extra step. It's part of this artist process. It's nothing that I've ever done before. Maybe I want that to be a little more misty. There we go. Hopefully we stop before we get goth streaks of like charcoal running down the. Easy does it. Now, what does that look like from your point of view? All right. At this point, I need to let it dry. So that's gonna be it for the art for this part. I gotta let it dry, and then I hit it with another like a coat that'll seal everything in place, and then we can like make the light and come back in and make the lights lighter and make the darks darker and push it to the next part. So that'll be to be continued tomorrow, or what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. That'll be continued. Even if I'm not streaming it, I will definitely I'll definitely record it. It'll all be in the time lapse by the time we're done here. I just finished cleaning the grill or the chimney, like I'm in Mary Poppins. Chimcharoo. Okay. So that's gonna be. I gotta let this dry. I'm gonna go wash my hands and then redo the lights in here, and we'll be back streaming Destiny for the rest of the evening. So, thanks for hanging out with me here in the art directory with art, and we'll be back in a little bit.